2 ropes, a moving ship, 30 seconds to the deck. This is the part of the job that gets photographed. The unit doing it has a number in its name that was invented to deceive an enemy. It also has a rifle that reporters named after the most famous knight in American Special Operations, a rifle no man who was there has ever publicly confirmed. We will get to both. This is what SEAL Team 6 actually carries. Start with where the unit came from because it explains everything that follows. April 1980. A rescue mission goes into Iran to bring back 52 American hostages. It never reaches Tehran. At a desert landing strip, the aircraft never leave, and 8 American servicemen are killed there. The operation is called Eagle Claw, and it fails. What follows is the most consequential review in the history of American Special Operations. The finding is not that the men were wrong. The finding is that the United States had no standing force built for this, no unit that trained for it full-time as its only job. 6 months later, the Navy has one, and the officer told to build it, Richard Marcinko, gives it a name. He calls it SEAL Team 6. The name is a lie. At that moment, the Navy has exactly 2 SEAL teams. There is no 3, no 4, no 5. The number is chosen so that anyone counting from the outside, and in 1980 that meant Soviet intelligence, would assume there were at least 6. The unit's first operational act was a deception. Almost everything about how it works has followed from that. The name changed officially years later to the Naval Special Warfare Development Group. Nobody uses it, but that second name is worth stopping on because it is not decoration. Development Group. On paper, this unit's job is not only to fight, it is to test new weapons, new optics, new ways of getting into a building, tried by the people who will actually use them, and then handed to the rest of the SEAL community. Which changes what this list is. These are not simply the guns one secretive unit carries. Several of them are the guns the rest of American Special Operations ended up carrying a few years later. When this unit picks something, it tends to become the standard by the time anyone outside notices. Nothing in this video is footage of that unit. There is none. What you are seeing is the hardware, real and photographed by the American military. Chapter 1. The pistol the Navy chose against orders. In the 1980s, the American military ran a competition to replace the 1911. The winner became the M9, and the whole force was told to take it. The SEALs took delivery, and then a small number of their pistols began to fail at the rear of the slide, the end of the weapon closest to the shooter's face. The Navy went its own way. It bought the SIG P226 and gave it a Navy designation, Mark 25. 9mm, a 4.4-inch barrel, 15 rounds, and an anchor stamped into the slide. The reason it stayed for nearly 30 years is not on any spec sheet. It is salt. This is a unit that swims to work. A pistol that rides in seawater and then gets drawn wet is a different engineering problem from a pistol that lives in a desert holster. The Mark 25's internal parts are phosphate-coated for exactly that reason, and its magazines are built to drain. A pistol is never the plan. It is what you reach for when the plan has already failed and the problem is close. What the Navy bought was not the best pistol in the world. It was the one that would still work after being underwater. Chapter 2. The pistol that replaced it, quietly. Around 2015 that changed. Naval Special Warfare evaluated the Glock 19 and adopted it. In the Navy's numbering, it became the Mark 27. The reported reasons were reliability, weight, and concealment. A smaller weapon, easier to hide under civilian clothing, in a community that increasingly works in it. 2 details matter more than the rest. The Mark 27 uses maritime spring cups, a modified firing pin channel that lets water drain out, so the pistol fires immediately after coming out of the sea instead of being cleared first. And the barrel is threaded because a suppressor is treated as standard equipment rather than an accessory. Be careful with this date, and here is why. The public account of that adoption traces back to a single industry report in December 2015, which said in the same breath that parts of the community had already been carrying Glock 19s for years. There is no published Navy order. What is documented is only the outcome. The anchor-stamped SIG gave way to a polymer pistol from Austria. Chapter 3. The carbine built to fit a doorway. By the late 1990s, the M4 carbine was standard with a 14.5-inch barrel. For a unit that fights inside ships, aircraft, stairwells, and rooms, that was still too long. So the Navy's own weapons center at Crane built a shorter upper receiver and put it on an M4 lower, 10.3 inches of barrel. It was designed in 1999 and in service by 2000, and it is called the Close Quarters Battle Receiver, the Mark 18, cutting a barrel that far costs you something real. The bullet leaves slower, and the sound and flash at the muzzle get worse. The Navy paid for it with ammunition, a heavier 77-grain match round designed to stay lethal out of a short barrel where the standard round was falling apart. Think about where that matters. A ladder well inside a cargo ship is barely wider than a man's shoulders, and it turns as it climbs. Every inch of barrel forward of your hands is an inch that finds a bulkhead before you find what is waiting at the top. That trade tells you what the unit optimized for, not range. Corners. Chapter 4. The rifle another unit ordered. The HK-416 was not built for the SEALs. It exists because Delta Force could not buy what it wanted and went to Heckler & Koch to have it made. A rifle that keeps the M4's controls and magazines, but replaces the gas system with a short-stroke piston so the mechanism stays cooler and cleaner. It worked, and it spread. Team 6 ended up with the same rifle, in the same very short configuration, a 10.4-inch barrel. And then it went to Abbottabad. Here is where you have to be careful, because almost everyone reporting this is not. In the weeks after the May 2011 raid, 2 articles identified the rifle as the HK-416, both citing unnamed sources. Every account since traces back to those 2. The operators who were in that compound have given interviews, written books, and described the night in detail. And not one of them has publicly named the weapon. So the honest sentence is this. Reporting after the raid identified the HK-416. No man who was there has confirmed it. That is the whole of what is known, and it is a good illustration of how thin the public record on this unit actually is. Chapter 5. The weapon almost nobody else has. In 2015, the New York Times published an investigation into this unit built on interviews with dozens of current and former members. Buried in it is a line about equipment that is more useful than most weapon lists. In the American military, the MP7 is carried by Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. Nobody else. The MP7 is not a submachine gun in the usual sense. It fires a 4.6 millimeter round, a tiny, very fast projectile designed to punch through body armor that stops a 9 millimeter completely. The weapon is about the size of a large pistol, runs at roughly 950 rounds a minute, and is built to be fired suppressed. The round itself exists because of a problem NATO identified in the 1990s. Soft body armor had become common enough that a pistol-caliber weapon could simply be stopped by a vest. The 4.6 millimeter was designed to defeat that armor and very little else, which is exactly why it never spread beyond a handful of units with one very specific job. That combination only makes sense for one kind of work, getting close, quietly, to someone who is wearing armor. There is one more piece of equipment worth knowing about, and it is not a firearm. The same investigation documents that operators in one of the unit's squadrons were issued a hand-forged tomahawk made by a knife maker in North Carolina after completing their first year. A hatchet in a unit with a $200,000 rifle budget. It says something about identity, that no weapon on this list does. So what does this arsenal actually say? Look at the pattern. A pistol chosen because it survives salt water. A pistol that replaced it because it hides better. A carbine cut down until it fits through a doorway. A rifle another unit commissioned, carried into the dark by this one. And a weapon so specific that only 2 units in the American military are known to have it. Not one of these was chosen because it was powerful. Every single one was chosen because of where it had to work: wet, close, and quiet. In May 2011, a helicopter came over a wall in Abbottabad, and for a few hours this unit was the most visible organization on Earth. That is the night everyone knows. You know, one night. They've had 4 decades. 4 decades of work that was never filmed, never confirmed, and in most cases never named, by a unit whose own number was invented to make an enemy guess wrong. If you want the other half of this story, the Unit Team 6 was built alongside and the rifle it commissioned for itself. That breakdown is on your screen right now.